BNP Paribas, partenaire des plus belles histoires de Roland-Garros, aux côtés des ramasseurs de balles depuis plus de 50 ans.
No, I mean, it was a good match, a good fight, particularly in the third. Things got a little bit complicated with the blister, and that was bothering me for a bit. But I ended up the match well, you know, moving well and playing a great tiebreak. Obviously, atmosphere was electric, especially in that third set. He was close to win it, so the crowd got involved, and it was. Yeah, not much fun for me, you know. Of course, it's never easy, but I try to stay calm and do what I need to do, and I think I've done that in a really good way.
We'll take a couple of minutes back.
Yeah, well done. What is it like when you go from playing, you know, in Chartres when it's so big and the crowd's so far away, to being in a much more intimate setting like that in Langland against that opponent, or really any French opponent, when they're right on top of you?
Yeah, you can feel the difference. The crowd is very close, but that's what makes this court, Suzanne-Lenglen, really interesting, and for the players as well, and for the crowd, because everything is so, I guess, more intimate and loud as well. And I always felt like in the past that. You know, Suzanne-Lenglen get very loud. I think also because the fact that you're experiencing the match from up close gets you involved even more. And I feel like there's even more, I guess, younger people, more children. That's what I noticed, and you know, so it was fun. Look, I haven't played in Suzanne-Lenglen too many times in the last whatever years, so it was good. It was good to experience this.
Novak, congratulations. Also, just wanted to ask you how different the conditions were. You know, today the sun's out, it's warmer compared to the other day under the roof, it's cold, and how that kind of affects the rhythm of a match.
Well, it's nothing that we as tennis players are not used to, you know. Experiencing this adaptation constantly, day after day, that can be completely different. You know, clay is a live surface, so to say, and it responds and reacts to any slightest changes of temperature and weather and wind and everything. So you just have to be constantly alert and you know, flexible enough to be able to adapt to the conditions. Obviously, same for both players, but you know, it is challenging. You know, no doubt about it. But it's something that we're used to when it comes to Paris as well. You know, the weather is quite unpredictable generally. Can be very cold and can be very warm, which affects the ball bounce. It affects the ball, how the ball travels through the air. And again, it depends as well who you play against. You know, so you just have to be ready for anything.
Hi, Novak. Could you tell us a little bit about your bike ride in Paris? Is that something you've done before, or you like to do on days off, say? Or is that part of just a general, I guess, thought to maybe taking your mind off tennis on every other day when you're not playing?
I've done some bike rides in the past in Paris, but I haven't done one in a while. And Roland-Garros was kind enough to gift me a bicycle, so I used it yesterday for the first time. And yeah, we were kind of trying our luck a little bit with that roundabout and the Arc de Triomphe. To be honest, at one point we had cars all over the place, and it was quite an adrenaline experience. But I don't think I'll repeat that, especially in that environment where we were filmed. Probably in all other streets it's much more safe. But yeah, we were crazy enough to get into that roundabout, but it was fun, but at one point also a bit dangerous. But you know, it's great. It's great to see Paris from you know, from the bicycle. I think it's just more fun. You're not stuck in traffic, or with the car at times can be frustrating for whatever reason. But with the bicycle, it's just beautiful. If you can go around that area of the kind of epicenter of Paris, is so many beautiful things to see.
Take two more there.
Excuse me if I ask about your health. I just wanted to know how your foot is and if it's troubling you, and how do you try to recover after a match like this, being a bit older than most of the other players. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's true. You didn't say anything wrong, No, I mean, look, the recovery time is, is not much longer, I feel like. I mean, I'm pretty fit at the moment. I don't feel like I have any major issues. Although it took me like almost an hour to deal with the blister and the bleeding that I had, so they had to use the injections and draw the blood out and then inject something to dry out the blister. So that was, not really a pleasant process, but it is something that anyone who has blisters that are bleeding has to do it. So that's why I'm also late with you guys, and I'm sorry for that. But I don't think it's going to be an issue for me to recover. I mean, 3 hours was a lot of running, straight sets, but 3-hour match is a good 3-hour 3-hour session. And good thing about slams, obviously, you have a day in between. So plenty of time to recover and get ready for next one.
Hi Novak, just want to know if you plan to watch the Champions League final on Saturday, if you don't play in a night session, and who will you support if you could watch it?
It's going to be PSG that I will support, and I will definitely watch it if I'm not playing night session. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay. FYI, Roland-Garros schedule.